Every World Cup starts with the same debate. Which nation will be the last team standing? Fans already have their answers. Some trust history. Others believe a new champion is ready to emerge. But the World Cup has never been won on reputation alone. Every tournament creates new heroes, new disappointments, and new stories that nobody saw coming. As 2026 gets closer, the list of contenders continues to grow. Some nations look stronger than ever. Others are quietly improving without attracting much attention. The race for football's biggest prize is already underway. On paper, several teams seem capable of winning the trophy. They have world-class players, experienced coaches, and years of preparation behind them. Yet football rarely follows the script. A strong squad can dominate qualifiers and still struggle when the pressure reaches its highest level. The difference between success and failure often comes down to a few moments. One mistake, one injury, or one brilliant performance can completely change a tournament. That uncertainty is what makes the World Cup unlike any other competition in football. Recent tournaments have shown how quickly football can change. Teams that looked unstoppable suddenly disappeared, while others exceeded every expectation. The nations most likely to succeed in 2026 are not simply the most talented. They are the teams that can adapt when matches become difficult. Every opponent presents a different challenge. Every knockout game creates new pressure. The teams that survive are usually the ones that remain calm when everything around them becomes unpredictable. Depth may become one of the most important factors in 2026. Modern tournaments are demanding, and winning requires far more than a strong starting lineup. Injuries, fatigue, and suspensions can test even the best squads. The strongest contenders are usually the teams that can replace key players without losing quality. Over the course of a long tournament, that advantage becomes increasingly important. A champion is rarely defined by 11 players. More often, it is defined by the strength of the entire squad. Pressure separates contenders from champions. Every World Cup creates moments where players must perform with millions watching. Some teams embrace that responsibility. Others struggle beneath it. History is filled with talented squads that failed to meet expectations when the stakes were highest. The teams most likely to lift the trophy in 2026 will need more than skill and tactics. They will need composure, belief, and the ability to deliver when every decision matters. That is often where champions are truly made. Some teams enter the World Cup carrying the weight of expectation. They are expected to win every match, control every game, and eventually lift the trophy. But expectation can become a burden. When pressure builds, even the strongest squads can lose clarity in key moments. That is why many champions are not only defined by talent, but by how they handle pressure when things do not go according to plan. The mental side of the game often becomes just as important as the tactical one. Midfield control is often where World Cups are decided. The team that dictates tempo usually controls the flow of the match. Some nations rely on possession and patience, slowly breaking down opponents. Others prefer direct transitions, striking quickly before defenses can organize. Both approaches can succeed, but only if executed with precision. In a tournament where margins are small, control of the midfield often becomes the difference between survival and elimination. Defensive organization remains one of the most reliable foundations for success. While attacking talent can win matches, strong defenses win tournaments. Teams that stay compact, communicate well, and limit mistakes often progress further than more aggressive opponents. In knockout football, conceding early can change everything. That is why many champions are built on structure, discipline, and the ability to stay focused under constant pressure. Individual brilliance still plays a major role in deciding World Cups. One moment of creativity can break open even the most organized defense. A single player can change the direction of an entire tournament with one goal or one assist. While football is a team sport, history shows that champions often have players who step forward in decisive moments. These are the players who turn tight matches into unforgettable victories. As the tournament approaches, predictions will continue to change. Analysts will debate, fans will argue, and every nation will believe they have a chance. But once the first match begins, everything becomes unpredictable. Form changes quickly, momentum shifts without warning, and new stories begin to form. The only certainty in a World Cup is uncertainty itself. And that is exactly what makes the race for the 2026 title so compelling. In a long tournament, consistency often matters more than brilliance. A team does not need to dominate every match, but it must avoid mistakes that end its journey early. Even the strongest contenders can struggle in games where they are not at their best. That is why champions are usually the teams that find a way to win even when they are not playing perfectly. Survival through difficult moments is often what separates winners from everyone else. Group stages often reveal more about a team than expected. Some nations start slowly, but grow stronger as the tournament progresses. Others begin with confidence, but lose rhythm under pressure. The ability to adapt during this phase is crucial. Teams that learn quickly from their mistakes often gain momentum at the right time. By the time the knockout rounds arrive, they are no longer the same team that started the competition. History shows that experience in big tournaments can be decisive. Players who have been through World Cup pressure before often know how to handle critical moments better. However, experience alone is not enough. It must be combined with energy, tactical awareness, and physical intensity. The best teams usually find a balance between seasoned leaders and players hungry to prove themselves on the biggest stage in football. As the knockout rounds begin, every mistake becomes more expensive. There are no second chances. One match can end years of preparation. This is where true contenders separate themselves. Some teams rise under pressure, playing their best football when everything is on the line. Others struggle to maintain their level when the stakes increase. The ability to perform in elimination games often decides who reaches the final stages. When the knockout stage arrives, everything changes completely. Group stage performances no longer matter, and past results are quickly forgotten. Every match becomes a final in its own way. Teams that once looked comfortable can suddenly find themselves under extreme pressure, where a single mistake decides everything. This is where true champions begin to separate themselves from the rest, not by how they start the tournament, but by how they survive when there is no room left for error, and every second on the pitch carries enormous weight. At this stage of the World Cup, physical strength alone is not enough. Fatigue starts to build, and players are pushed beyond their normal limits. Recovery time becomes shorter, and every match demands maximum concentration. The teams that go further are usually the ones with the strongest mentality and the deepest squads. Small details become extremely important. A missed chance, a late tackle, or a moment of hesitation can completely change the direction of a tournament. This is where experience and discipline begin to matter more than anything else. As pressure increases, the world's attention grows even stronger. Millions watch every touch, every pass, and every decision. Players who can stay calm in these conditions often become the difference between success and failure. Some rise to the occasion and deliver performances that define their careers. Others struggle under the weight of expectation. In a World Cup, reputation means nothing once the whistle blows. Only performance in the moment matters, and the ability to deliver when everything is on the line is what defines true greatness.